Hello, everyone, and welcome to the latest installment in Applied Marketing Sciences 2015 Insights and Innovation Coffee Break webinar series. Today's presentation is entitled Not a Sales Call, Mastering Customer Visits. My name is John Burns. I'm the host of our series. I'm joined today by my colleague, Kristen Corrigan, a frequent presenter to our program, and she will be presenting this presentation today. Kristen has been with the company for 10 years. Congratulations, Kristen.
Oh, thank you, John.
And during that time, Kristen has gone on location on customer visits for many clients on a variety of topics all over the world. She'll be sharing her expertise on this topic with us today. We're joined also, as always, by our colleague, Patty Yanes, a manager at the company. Hello, Patty.
Hi, John.
Patty, too, has done a lot of customer visits. She'll be handling part of the presentation. She will also assist with questions at the end. We call our series Coffee Breaks because the purpose of each webinar is to provide a short presentation that highlights a key topic that's related to innovation and insights. The presentations are not comprehensive, but instead touch upon key points we believe are important to successful innovation. All microphones, except ours, of course, are on mute to minimize noise so everyone can hear, but we will take questions at the end, and I'd encourage you to submit those questions by typing them in the chat window on the right side of your screen. We're also recording this, we're also recording the session as well. With that, I will now turn it over to Kristen.
Thanks, John. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today, where we'll talk about some best practices and strategies for conducting effective customer visits, which, as our title suggests, are, in fact, very different from sales calls. First, I'll talk about the benefits of customer visits and review some of the central differences between these visits and sales calls. And from here, I'll hand things over to Patty, who will talk about best practices for actually going out and doing these. And she'll also share 4 of the most common pitfalls we often see that companies experience when trying to implement these types of visits. Last, I'll wrap things up by reviewing a case study from one of our clients about how they effectively use customer visits to inform their account planning strategy. And of course, as always, we'll leave plenty of time at the end for questions. When I think about sales calls, I can't help but think of one of my favorite episodes of The Office. Michael tasks Dwight to present gift baskets to several former clients in an attempt to win them back. But each manager they encounter on these visits refuses to consider returning to their paper company Dunder Mifflin, unless they improve their website and technology. At the end of the episode, Michael actually misinterprets his rental car GPS directions and drives into Lake Scranton. He takes this as further proof that new technology is completely useless. And after the lake incident, Michael and Dwight walk back to each of their former clients and awkwardly take back the gift baskets, causing a scene. I like this story because even though it's fictional and it's pretty funny, it describes the way a lot of companies think about their visits to customers. Only I can offer them something that I think is really great. Surely I'll win them back. The reality of the situation is that this line of thinking is actually backwards and dangerous and can leave companies potentially spending money not only on overpriced gift baskets, but on innovations and offerings that potentially miss the mark. The truth is, you can learn a lot from listening to your customers. Visit your customers, take a step back, and learn about their needs and their jobs they're trying to do with your product or service. Let's talk about what we're trying to accomplish in these visits. One of the main motivators is to better understand customer needs, or the voice of the customer. And this can be useful both in product development strategy and in short and long-term account planning. Let's talk about product development strategy first. As a point of clarification, here at AMS, we subscribe to the purest definition of VOC as described in Griffin and Hauser's widely cited The Voice of the Customer paper, which actually coined the term voice of the customer and created the field. VOC is the study of customer needs to drive innovation. It's not the customer's demand for solutions, features, or technical specs. It's not anecdotes from customer service or from sales. It's not merely the collection of customer sat or net promoter, though VOC can offer insights as to why you may be experiencing lower scores and how to remedy it. VOC is a systematic method for identifying a complete set of customer needs in the customer's language and organizing and prioritizing those needs to identify potential gaps in the market. By identifying and prioritizing these needs, companies can develop products that meet the needs customers value the most, those that are important, and where current solutions just aren't meeting the mark. And by getting out and visiting customers, we can speak with them and learn about their spoken as well as unspoken